Welcome to Mickey Doc, written and read by Fintan Harvey.
Mickey Doc, Chapter 1. Do you have your lunch with you? Aye, I have it here. I hold up a plastic bag that has my lunch inside, wrapped up in tin foil. Ham sandwiches again. The dog is lying in the corner of the kitchen just staring at me. I swear to God, that mutt gets fed better than I do. I came in from work last night and noticed it was munching away on pork chops while I had to make do with fish fingers and chips. He kept looking over at me too, as if to say, I'm fucking better than you, Mickey. Aye, we'll see who's better. I give it the middle finger as I walk out into the hall, then I shout up the stairs. Right, I'm away here, ma. I'll see you later. Remember to get next Friday booked off, and don't be leaving it to the last minute like you always do. I will, aye. Just as I'm about to leave, I hear the shower go on. It's weird to know that your ma's been shouting down the stairs to you when she's in the nip. I just hope she had a towel on. She's on to me about getting next Friday off work for a job interview in a call centre. Half of Derry works in those places, and they reckon it's easy to get into, just as long as I say the right things, which can be a bit hard for me at times because, as anybody will tell you, I'm not exactly the sharpest tool in the bed. Anyway, it's 8 o'clock on a Tuesday morning and I'm walking down to the bus stop, which is about 10 minutes away from my house. The rain is absolutely pissing down and my fingers are froze. It's January now and it still feels like winter, which is weird if you think about it. I mean, everybody's talking about global warming and crap like that, but how can it be global warming if the place is getting colder? Shouldn't it be global colding? It's those kind of things that make me not want to watch the news or have anything to do with current affairs. Well, that and the fact that it's boring as fuck. I'm more of a music sort of person myself. I'm walking along with my iPod, blasting out the tunes, Little Mix on repeat, and I can blank out all the shit weather. You see, that's what I want to be, a serious musician like the Little Mix girls. I want it all. I want the fame, the glamour, the signing autographs, the interviews, the paparazzi. My ma says I have the voice of an angel, and she's probably right. Actually, there's no probably in it, she's definitely right. I just need to get my big break. She reckons if I can get an X Factor, I'll be a star. My dad said it's a load of shite and it's ruining the music industry. What the fuck? It is the music industry. He's just bitter though. He always wanted me to follow in his shoes or boots or whatever and play football. I fucking hate football. I was never any good at it and never wanted to be any good at it. Mostly just to piss off my dad. He played for Finn Harps in the trials for Everton when he was like 19. He only lasted 4 weeks in England though, and he had to come home because he missed Derry too much. He should have stuck it out. Now he's a taxi driver and works most nights. He chooses to work all the time but still complains about the people in his car, but at least they get to see him. There's only about 4 or 5 people at the bus stop and they all look as fucked off as me. There's no way anybody could be happy standing at a bus stop in the pissing rain at this time on a Tuesday morning. Not even the 2 men polishing off a bottle of cider and shouting at cars. I usually throw them a pounder whatever change I have, but today's dole day so they're both flush and so pissed that they don't even see me. Fuck, it's cold this morning. My mate Stevie was supposed to lift me, but he's got a hangover again. Ever since his man dad split up, he's gone a wee bit off the rails. His new favourite word is YOLO, which means you only live once. He says it all the time. I got a text from him this morning saying, still going strong, there'll be no work today, YOLO. It's a good thing he works for his dad, or he'd been sacked long ago. His old boy's still feeling guilty about the whole marriage breakup, so he's saying fuck all. Apparently he was caught with the secretary and she's an absolute cracker too. So the bus again this morning. I reply back to him, keep her lit, big man. Had a Snapchat too from Murray. He was out with Stevie last night, obviously because Stevie was buying. That's the only time you'd see Murray out on a Monday night. The only time you'd see him out at all actually. Murray hasn't worked since he done ball boy at the Brandywell when Derry City played Barcelona when we were 12. He says he can't work because Barcelona Football Club are using him as their main tactical advisor, signed him up straight after the match because they could see something in him that he was gifted. Fucking touched more like. You see, that's the thing about Murray. He's a compulsive liar. Not bad lies, just shit like the time he told us he got asked to be Tom Cruise's stunt double in Mission Impossible 2, but he couldn't do it because Tom wanted him to get into Scientology. Nothing to do with the fact that Murray looks like a greyhound that's learned to walk on 2 legs. Like I said, he's a moon man. His dad's the same actually. If Jeremy Kyle knew those 2 existed, he'd be throwing money to get them on the show. Snapchat was just of him taking a selfie with a bottle of wine. He actually gets uglier when he's drunk. Shaven head, one eye looking at you and the other eye looking for you, and teeth that are shades of yellow and stained purple from the wine. I send him a text. You look like an Ebola victim last night, and that's an improvement. He's still one of my best friends though. I arrive at work with 2 minutes to spare. Some prick of a lorry driver had blocked up the Strand Road and wasn't going anywhere, so I had to run the last bit. Actually, it was more of a fast walk. I'd be mortified to be seen running through town. My dick of a manager is waiting for me at the front door. You're late, Mr. Doherty. It's 8:28 by me. I'm 2 minutes early. I think you'll find in the Value Saver Employee Handbook that all staff must be on the shop floor and ready to work 5 minutes before their shift starts. I just ignore him and walk on. Again, he's a dick. He looks like a dick, acts like a dick, and therefore he is a dick. He's probably the most annoying person I know. His name's Barry Templeton. He looks like a skinny mouse with a moustache and glasses and always wears a suit that's 2 sizes too big for him. Probably gets him in the second-hand shop. His pointy face always brings out the worst in me. He's worked here for 15 years, a department manager, and it's his whole life. I swear to God he'd live here if they'd allow him. He has it in for me big time. I've been here for 5 years and he's hated me from the start. Mostly because I spend my days trying hard to do fuck all, which can be a stressful job in itself. Problem for him is he just can't catch me out and it wrecks his head. I throw my stuff in my locker, then fix my hair. Looking good, even if I do say so myself. 8:32 a.m. That gives me time to catch up on what's happening on Facebook. Then I head down the stairs and onto the shop floor. As soon as I open the door, there's a customer standing there looking lost. Excuse me, do you have any low-fat breakfast bars? Sorry? Do you have any low-fat breakfast bars at all, love? She's making a point of making sure everybody hears her saying low-fat. She's about 40 or so with a big mop of black hair, and she's wearing a pair of leggings that are far too small for her. Aye, we do. Just straight down past that aisle, past the normal cereals. They're there at the far side of the shop. I always say your first customer sends a marker for what kind of day you're going to have. Could you grab me a box of them? I'm just in a wild hurry to get to the gym for my spinning class. Nope, you're just too lazy to get them yourself and you think Muggins here should do it. I obviously don't say that though. I'll drop them up to the tills for you. She has one of those annoying voices that just goes through your head. Make sure they're low fat now. What flavour? Chocolate chip. Just make sure they're low fat. Of course it's chocolate chip. Behind me I can hear her telling a woman she's just met how many calories are in the scone she's just picked up. I'm going to take my time getting these, make her wait for a while. You see, when I started working here, I actually liked people. I was a pleasant sort of bloke, even if a bit shy if I'm honest. But it's only when you work in a shop that you realise that most of the public just come into the shop to do your head in. It's like we're the stress ball they need to squeeze every once in a while. I've had everything from getting screamed at for not knowing the origin of golden delicious apples, and apparently a tree wasn't an acceptable answer, to having to clean up after a dog that got into the shop, ate half a pound of ham, then made its way around the shop, recoating the floor with explosive diarrhea. That was her good ham too. People tried to catch it but couldn't get close enough without being hit by the mess. This in turn scared him some more, which meant he spread her all over the place. He eventually crawled out of the shop like a wrung out dishcloth, probably vowing never to wander in there again. Who was giving a mop and brush to clean it up? Yep, Mickey Doc. That's another reason why you hate Barry Templeton. I take a good 20 minutes, then I bring the breakfast bars to the till. She isn't even there yet, so much for her being in a hurry. Jenny is on the till. She's in her early 40s, and I think she fancies me. She's a good looking woman too, and although I'm only 25, I think I have a chance. She has long blonde hair and blue eyes, and she always seems to have a tan, but I never hear of her going on holidays. Nice body on her too, definite MILF material. I'd say she was some cracker when she was younger. Alright Mickey, what's the crack, hey? Not a wild pile, Jenny. You're looking well today as always. I'm leaning up against the till, looking cool as fuck. Go on, you wee skitter, you. She says it in a flirty way, I can tell. I was going to give her half a pound of ham if she's that desperate to lose weight. Within 10 minutes she'd be emptying herself out all over the place like that old stray dog we had in here that time. That's bound to leave her a stone or two. But there's not a hope in hell I'd be cleaning up after that mess. She's stone cold still now and glancing over my shoulder. Then the realisation hits me that the low-fat woman is behind me. I'm thick as fuck sometimes. I can feel my face starting to burn when I hear her annoying voice. Do you have a problem, young fella? No. Fuck, my face on fire now. Well, get the hell out of my way then, you little dickhead, you. You're lucky I'm in a hurry or I'd be reporting you to the manager. What's your name anyway? I'm just standing there with my mouth wide open. Mickey? Can't lie, I have a name badge on. Of all days, I decided to wear it. Jenny's looking really uncomfortable too as she scans items. Well, listen you to me, Mickey. Your manager could be getting a wee phone call this afternoon to tell him what sort of a cheeky wee prick they employ. Then she just storms out after making sure to be extra nice to Jenny and throwing me a dirty look. Jesus, Mickey, that was embarrassing. Barry'll kill you if he finds out. I'm still shaking and a wee bit nervous. The woman is going to come back in, so I keep looking at the entrance door. I know, fuck it. I'll hopefully be handing in my notice here after Friday anyway. Oh aye, that's the big interview. What time on Friday? 11 o'clock. I can feel my face starting to cool down a bit now. Well, good luck anyway. So, do you think you'll get it? It's a cert, Jenny. We'll have to have leaving drinks too. You'd better come. I give her a little wink, just to show her that I'm not annoyed about what just happened, even though I am. Sometimes I try to act a big man to get the girls to like me, and most of the time it doesn't end well. Actually, it never ends well. Aye, I'll come along, just as long as I can get a babysitter. It'll be strange not having you about the place. So you'll miss me then? Okay, we'll definitely miss the crack with you, Mickey. I'm so in there. The rest of the day goes by very slow as usual. It gets to 5:30 p.m. and I assume the low-fat woman hasn't rang in. Because if she did, Barry would have me up in the office and fired before she had even hung up the phone. I see him as I'm leaving. She definitely didn't ring because he has a smile on his face. Make sure you're early tomorrow morning. I will. Hi, that reminds me. I need Friday off for an interview. It's Tuesday evening and you're only deciding to tell me now. You know the rules and regulations about booking days off. At least 2 weeks notice and it has to be signed by a manager. Dick. I only found out about it. It's for a call centre. Sitting in your arse all day sounds like your perfect job. He means that as an insult, but it's the main reason I want the job. Sitting in my arse all day, so joke's on him. I'll sign it off, Mickey, but just make sure you get the job, won't you? Thanks, Barry. I say it with a huge over-the-top smile on my face. As I said, he's a dick. Friday comes and my alarm goes off at 9 a.m. in the morning, although there was no need for it as I've been up half the night with a dodgy tummy. I woke at 2 a.m, had to sprint to the toilet and pretty much spent the entire night there. After what happened with me the other day with the low-fat woman, I suppose some people would call that karma. At one stage my dad came in from work and didn't know I was in the toilet. Their bedroom's next to the bathroom. I heard him use the words that no child should ever hear their parents say. Wake up, Mary, I fancy a ride tonight. To which my mother replied, Fuck off, John, you got one this month already. He continued with the pleading until he got his way, like he always does, while I just sat there emptying out my insides. At this point I put my earphones in and listened to Sam Smith. He sounds a wee bit like me, but obviously he's at work done in the studio where my voice is the real McCoy's. I must have nodded off in the toilet because I woke up at 6 a.m. My legs were completely numb from sitting in the bog for 4 hours. The smell of bacon coming from the kitchen makes my stomach turn again, even though nothing's come up in the past hour or so. I don't want any bacon, ma. I've a bit of an upset stomach. Oh, well that's grand. There wasn't any for you anyway. I just had enough for your dad. He's wrecked after a hard night, so he'll need a good breakfast. I fucking bet he does. I also noticed the dog is munching away on some bacon. I throw him a dirty look, but he just keeps on munching away like he fucking owns the place. I'll get him one of these days, just you wait. Then my dad comes bumbling down the stairs like he's a teenager again. He actually tries to high-five me, but I just roll my eyes and put some bread in the toaster. What time's your interview, Mickey? 11 o'clock. Do you want me to run you down? Nah, it's alright, Decky's dropping me down. Oh, happy days, is he coming in? I need to talk to him about the match on Saturday. You see, my mate Decky's a brilliant footballer, and my dad looks at him like the son he's never had. Out of my three mates, Decky is by far the most level-headed and the only one who knows where he's going in life. Although, I do know where I'm going, in the music industry, I just don't know how I'm getting there yet. Murray lives in the fucking clouds, and Stevie's more often drunk than he's sober, but Decky's always been a grown-up. Even when we were all kids and everybody was drinking and smoking down the fields, Decky never took part. He would come down alright, but I always stand back and watch or laugh at the rest of us for being mental. Seriously sour bloke though. Decky rattles the horn outside as they're buttering me toast, so I just bring it with me. My ma wishes me good luck, but all my dad can say is, make sure to tell Decky I said he needs to start tracking back more now he's playing his new role. Tell him I said that, won't you? I just walk on out without saying a word to him. The dog is waiting at the door, so I give him a wee sneaky kick on the way out. It's not even a proper kick, more like a wee tap with my foot, but the fucking thing lets a yelp like he's just been shot. As I close the door, I peek in and point my finger at the little fucker and I make a throat slitting sign with my finger for being a tout. I run outside, jump the gate, then hop into the passenger seat of Decky's car and we make our way down the Buncrana Road. My dad said some crap to tell you about the match on Saturday, but I won't even bore you with it. I seen him last week and he questioned me in the training I'm getting at Harps. He even offered to train me himself a couple of times a week. Jesus Christ, what did you say to him? I just told him I'm grand and if I need any tips I'll give him a shout. He seemed happy enough with that. He's an embarrassment. He knows his stuff about football though, you have to give him that. Hey, another thing we need to sort out is Stevie. That man seems to be drunk every night now. He was at a party in town last night and he didn't have a clue whose house it was. He texted me this morning to see if my dad was working to pick him up. Sure he rang me too. I picked him up. He slept the whole way back to his house and I had a wild baller trying to wake him. His ma came out and slapped him around the head a few times to wake him. Man, she's got rough looking. Have you seen her lately? No, I haven't, but I heard she's taking the breakup pretty bad too. She looked like she had been crying and she doesn't take care of herself anymore. She just walks around in her housecoat all day and hardly leaves the house. There was a time I definitely would have given Stevie's ma one. Probably still would. Poor fucker. She'll give me a shout later and we'll arrange to meet up to see what we're going to do about him. No bother, and text me after the interview to let me know how you get on. We pull up outside the call centre and I immediately get the feeling in my stomach that I need a toilet again. And quickly, fuck, I grab my bag from the back seat with my value saver uniform in it and tell Decky I'll chat to him later. He beeps the horn and shouts good luck out the window. It's not luck I need right now, it's a toilet. I go through the main doors and into the reception area, scanning the place for a toilet sign. There's a sexy wee receptionist sitting behind a desk which overlooks an open planned office. She sees me looking lost and says, "Are you okay there, love? Can I help you with anything?" "I am here for an interview, Michael Doherty." She scans through a list, and as I'm about to tell her I need to use the bogs, she tells me they're ready to see me now. Fuck. She shows me through to a big office. The whole time I'm clenching my arse with all the power I've got. She tells me to take a seat and Miss Anderson and Mr. Kelly will be with me right away. I have my back to the door and as I'm sitting I have a quick scan of the office, mostly to take my mind off what's going on with my insides, but there's nothing good to even look at. I'm starting to sweat now and I can feel tears in my eyes. I'm sitting there for what feels like hours when the two interviewers come into the office, so I stand up to shake hands. As I turn around, I realise I know the woman, and by the look in her face, I know that she recognises me. It's the low-fat woman customer from work. The shock hits me like a bus, which causes me to lose grip on my arse, and the next thing I know I literally explode inside my trousers like a tin of beans in the microwave. The whole time I'm still standing there looking at the woman with a look of shock on my face. The both of them immediately know what's happened, mostly due to the foul smell and the horrible noises I was producing. Everything else seems to happen in slow motion. I can't even speak. The two interviewers just walk back out of the office and send in the receptionist girl. She has a towel covering her face and she shouts at me like she's a cop or something. "Follow me to the bathroom. We'll get you something to put on." I can't even look her in the eyes as she's running out the door, even though that's the only part I can see now past the towel she's wearing. I sort of waddle after her with my uniform in my hand. She keeps waiting on me and waving at me like some sort of office hero. The air seems to be changing colour and I feel like I'm in a war movie. I finally make my way to the toilets, the far end of the offices. Some bloke is coming out as I'm going in. He says hello, but I can see him getting a wee bit sick in his mouth when he gets a blast of the smell. I waddle over to the cubicle and I spend a good 20 minutes wiping and cleaning. I get my value saver uniform on and walk out through the open plan office with a big bag of shitty clothes in my hand. This is by far the most embarrassing day of my life. I think I'm in shock because I can't speak. I just want to get out as quickly as I can. The people that work there look really pissed off, probably because of the smell that's taken over their office. A few drama queens have their heads stuck out the window for fresh air, and I think I can see a woman crying. Nobody even bothers to speak to me until the wee receptionist girl comes over to tell me that they'll be in touch. She's still wearing the towel around her face. Just as I'm about to go out the door, I can hear the low-fat woman say loudly, "There's no way I'll be cleaning up after that." Karma is definitely a bitch.